something
Not
in
a
the
problem.
trash can, so.
It's fine. Don't worry. All is well. Everything's okay. All right. So you told me a little bit about your weekend. Do you have any plans for this week? Anything interesting that you will do during this week?
Maybe or maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know. Okay.
Yeah, but what I do know is that we're gonna watch a movie. Okay, so you might be assuming that this is my plan to watch a movie that we watched before again, but actually it's my mom. She really likes that movie, and she asked me if and one day she just asked me, hey, do you mind if we watch All Dreams Come True, All Wishes Come True again? So I said, yeah, sure, because I didn't really mind watching a movie. I take that as a good thing, watching a movie.
Okay, but do you like that movie?
I'm gonna say I like it too, but I'm gonna say I absolutely feel awkward that my mom and I like it, especially my mom, because at first I was like, no thanks, I don't want to watch that.
Well, you know what? When I was your age, doing literally anything with my mom was awkward. So I wanted not to do anything with my mom because I was like, Mom, that's awkward. Especially when you're a teenager. That's when it kind of gets weird, if I can say. When you're a teen, you start to not want to do anything with your parents because you can do everything on your own now because you're a grown-up. That's just what you think, that's what teens think, teenagers. However, that's not correct. Maybe you'll have a different trajectory. Maybe that's just me and my siblings and I. Who knows? Do you think you'll be like a good teen?
I think maybe.
I think you will for sure.
Okay, thanks. I just wonder what this is. Turns out it's an alien. It's a pixel alien. It's a giant pixel alien.
It is. There's actually a type of art called pixel art. You can look into it a bit.
Yeah, I know that, but I just don't like that I need to draw the squares, and I don't have a specific app to draw pixel art, so, yeah. I saw this...
You don't need app. You don't need an app.
Wait, really?
You can do it in, a notebook.
Oh, well, I'm not a big fan of drawing on paper, so I might not be able to do that, and I don't know why, but I'm just kind of lazy to just draw those tiny squares.
Yeah, but maybe you can get some notebooks that already have squares and you just fill them in with color.
Oh, yeah, then that's good, but still, I never really got into that.
No, that's cool. I did for a bit. I think, in high school, maybe? It wasn't very popular, but it was something that I liked, I guess. Oh my god. All right. We will move on now, okay? So this says, can you spot the statistical illusions? In scientific texts, test writers won't just test your vocabulary. You know this. They don't just test your vocabulary. They will test your data literacy by twisting statistics and casual relationships. Let's decode 2 high-level traps. This is something you have to look out for. What does that mean? Data literacy.
I don't know.
literally means how well you're informed on something.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because look at this. We have trap A and trap B. Let's start with trap A.
Okay. Trap A, which is red. Capacity versus output. The solar power station in Tamil Nadu successfully generates and supplies electricity to people every day.
750,000 people every day.
Okay. Reality, the text says have the capacity to generate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because this debate says successfully generates and supplies, which is not very correct. What is the illusion here? Can you read it?
Oh, captivity.
The illusion.
The illusion. Captivity is the
Capacity.
their capacity is the theoretical maximum potential. Output is the actual electricity produced, which is limited by clouds and darkness. The trap swaps theory for reality.
What this means, actually, capacity is, how much something can work, and output is how much it actually makes. Because I could work for, I think, 15 hours every day, but I don't. I work for 6 to 8 hours. Or you could sleep for 10 hours if you wanted, but you don't do that, do you?
No, I sleep for more than 10 hours, actually.
Really?
Sometimes.
What?
Yeah, sometimes on Saturdays.
Oh my god. Yeah, you should, because you're growing, you're a kid, you need sleep.
Thanks.
Because having the capacity to do something means that you have the ability. But you don't always give it your 100%. Your output is not always the same. Moving on. For example, I could eat like 10 ice creams in 1 hour, for sure. I would feel sick, yes, but I could. However, the realistic thing here is that I would probably eat an ice cream a day, maybe.
Maybe, but usually what I do is I don't eat ice creams because I don't have ice creams at home. I only have these stick-like stuff that is kind of like and basically there's like flavored ice in it, and when it melts, you can drink the ice. And it's just really satisfying. But sometimes this thing, which was supposed to be invented to like bite open, it wants to turn red. So yeah, I think I should probably use my hand instead.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, but
okay.
yeah, I just don't really eat very cold stuff a lot, mostly because I'm not allowed to, or I just don't need it.
Facts. I get that. Moving on, we have trap B. Let's read it.
Okay. Bait. A steep increase in global wind-powered energy has caused governments to create more financial incentives. The text says incentives have led to a steep increase.
Incentives.
Incentives.
good. What is suspicious here? What's happening here? Why is this debate?
The debate here is it kind of used. Wait. I don't see a problem here, though.
A steep increase in global wind-powered energy has caused governments to create more financial incentives. So, reverse causation. This says that a steep increase. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. It's
okay. What did you get?
It's in the wrong. It's in the wrong order. The steep increase.
It is in the wrong order.
The steep increase should be here. Oh wait, no, here. And then this has caused governments to create should be nowhere, I guess. Somewhere.
Yeah, it needs the whole shift. Like, it should be like this. Incentives, something have led to a steep increase. So the entire sentence structure here is wrong. Good job on that. So when you do a test, sometimes you will think, okay, well, this sounds correct to me. But if you don't know facts, if you don't remember them from the text or paragraph you read, you might make a mistake. Because look at this. It looks okay. If you didn't have these colors to help you, or these sentences here, you would just say, it's fine, I think, and then make a mistake. That's why we need to really pay attention when we read.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Good. Now, the illusion here, this is a classic correlation versus causation trap. The debate completely reverses the timeline. It claims the result here, wind energy growth, created the cause. So, result can never create the cause. It's always the cause and then the result. If it's shifted, it's wrong.
Okay.
Evaluate the data. What do we have here? We have a scenario. Let's read it.
Scenario. Nuclear power produces 11% of the planet's electricity, proving it is the safest energy source. Which logical trap is this? Explain why the data 11% does not
okay?
The conclusion. Safest. Yeah, something was in my eye.
Okay, do you need some time to take a look at it?
It's okay. I think it's good now.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay, we can move on. So, this says, which logical trap is this? Explain why the data here, 11%, does not prove this conclusion, proving it is the safest energy source. Something's not right here. What happened?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, it might be me. I apologize. What is off here? Why the data, 11%, does not prove the conclusion, safest?
If it's 11 out of 100%, you can't say it's the safest. In fact, you can say it's
good.
It's kind of scary because at any time a Joker might sneak in and steal a reactor and then nuke the world. And then probably nuke himself too because he can't just fly a rocket out.
Exactly. Very good. That was a good answer. For example, if I say, well, there's a competition, I'm going to join the competition. I have 11% of winning. I'm not going to do anything if I have 11% of chance of winning, you know? If I have 11% chance, that doesn't mean that I will win. Exactly, quite literally not very encouraging, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Very good. It was a great answer. Is that a reactor?
Yes, that is a very sad... Oh, wait. That is a very... Just a moment. That is a very sad reactor because he's not the safest energy source.
Oh no. Well, it's a good thing that you were able to spot this. You gave a very good answer here. Spot on. Perfect.
Thanks.
Okay, now we've come to the conclusion of what we've been learning here. And, you know, we always conclude by talking about an essay. So how do we turn this into an essay task?
Okay, just one thing. So, sorry, but recently I'm a little bit busy and I haven't had time to write the previous essay yet, so...
I know that.
Yeah, it might take some time to finish this one since I need to finish the previous one first, so...
Okay,
yeah.
just don't feel any need to rush, please, okay?
Okay, thanks. Okay,
so I know you're busy with other things. Whenever you have some spare time, you can work on your essays. So this is not like time limiting. I'm not giving you a window where you have to submit your essay. But in case you forgot some of instructions about the previous one, we could also maybe comment that or work on that more if you need some help, okay?
Okay. My dad printed
Perfect.
My dad printed out the topic, so I don't think we need to go back.
Okay, well, we can talk about preparation for the new one, if you want. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, if it's too confusing, we don't have to do this.
Okay, fossil fuels are infinite. Which alternative energy source is the most viable replacement for the future? Do you agree? Sorry, but what does this have to do with weather and emissions and waste and capacity?
Arden?
Sorry, but what does this have to do with emission and waste and weather and capacity?
What do you mean? It has everything to do with it.
Okay, well.
Where are you stuck?
First of all, I don't. Does this like? There's a. Do you agree? So, is this like there's? So, if it's like, do you agree? Isn't like agree and isn't it like this is like which alternative energy source is the most viable replacement for the future? And then this is do you agree? So I don't know what this means, and I don't know because it says do you agree when which alternative energy source? So I
get
thought
it,
there
I
would
get
be
it.
like three bodies. One is like the solar, and the other is, the other is the wind, and the other
Well-
is the nuclear.
Okay. Okay, so fossil fuels are finite. Which alternative energy source is the most viable replacement for the future? Remember, we talked about different energy sources. You can ignore this, do you agree? Okay?
Okay.
Because you don't have to agree with anything. You just need to discuss which alternative energy source is the most viable. As always, we have we have 3 dots here. Environmental impacts. Think of it this way. If you say that we use fossil fuels right now, we have different gases, emissions of gases, you can discuss that. Why should we switch to alternative energy source? Because of this.
Environmental impact.
Because it has less of impact on the environment. Whereas right now, fossil fuels and other gas emissions, they have really, like CO2, carbon footprint and everything. Right now, we have lots of emissions and lots of waste. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Well, air is very polluted, water, and as you mentioned in your video, we're cutting down the trees.
Wait a minute. So what about so is it like reliability and weather and capacity or something?
Reliability, then you will discuss how much can we rely on alternative sources of energy. So what if we decide to use solar panels and there's no good weather conditions? What happens then? Is it very reliable or not? You can discuss that. You can say, well, it's a very good energy source. However, we're not 100% sure that it will work 100% of the time because the weather changes everywhere in the world.
Okay.
And how much capacity wind and solar and water can actually generate together.
Okay then. Can you write that down?
I can write it down and send it to you.
Okay.
Or if you need a screenshot, I can write it down now.
Oh, it's okay. You can write it down after class. Okay, I think we should write that down after class because...
We should write it down after class. Okay. If you ever have any questions, you can always ask. And for the third here, your own idea, remember how whenever you write, in the third paragraph of the body, your own idea is usually discussing what you've said before. Like this would be talking about fossil fuels. This will be talking about alternatives. And here you will be talking and discussing about the both of them. Okay?
Oh, so it's like the first one is like, a lot of people rely on fossil fuels and they're really good, and they're a good source of energy. And then the second one is like, however, fossil fuels will eventually run out, so we have to choose an alternative, blah, 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 like that.
Exactly that. And then you say why alternatives and blah, blah, blah. Okay, it looks like you got it.
Yeah.
But don't worry. And alternatives. But make sure to discuss things that are written here, right? Why are they bad, and why is this not very reliable? I'll send you my version of this so you can use it, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. We finished here on page 23, I think, yes. If you don't have any questions, I can say goodbye. Have a nice evening, and I'll see you in the next class.
Okay, see you in the next class.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.